This is your homework helper, Mrs. Anderson. Today I will help you with Lesson 8, Problem Solving. Determine reasonable answers. Okay, looking at this one, we have Ms. Montoya makes 2 3/4 pounds of goat cheese in the morning. In the afternoon, she makes 1 1/5 pounds of goat cheese. Is 3 pounds, 4 pounds, or 5 pounds the most reasonable estimate for how much goat cheese Ms. Montoya makes in one day? Students, what we need to do is round this to the nearest whole number, 2 3/4. So I have to ask myself on the fraction, is 3/4 closer to 0, 1/2, or 1? It's actually closer to 1, so I'm going to round up. So 2 3/4 will become 3. And 1 1/5, well, 1/5, that's really close to 0/5. So this one will round down, which basically means the 1 stays the same. So we have 3 pounds and 1 pound. We add those two together, and 4 pounds is the correct answer. All right, let's look over on the back, and I'll do a couple of these with you. Alyssa needs 7 5/8 inches of ribbon for one project and 4 7/8 inches of ribbon for another project. If she has 11 inches of ribbon, will she have enough to complete both projects? Explain. All right, let's round to the nearest whole number. If I have 7 5/8, well, I know that 4/8 is very close to 4/8 is very close. 5/8 is really close to 4/8, and 4/8 is a whole. So instead of going to, I'm going to just keep this at 7 1/2. And then 4 7/8, well, 7/8 is a lot closer to a whole, so I'm going to round up. This will be a 5. So she needs 5, and she needs 7 1/2. If I add 5 and 7 1/2, I basically add my 5 and my 7 together first, which makes 12, and then I have a half. So she needs 12 inches, and here's how much she has, 11 inches. So she does not have enough. So the question here is, will she have enough? No, she won't. And the reason why she won't have enough is because she needs 12 1/2 inches of ribbon. All right, let's look at the next one. Josiah has a piece of wood that measures 10 1/8 feet. He wants to make 5 shelves. If each shelf is 1 3/4 feet long, does he have enough to make 5 shelves? I notice here, okay, his piece of wood is 10 1/8 feet. He wants to make 5 shelves. If each shelf is 1 3/4 feet long, does he have enough to make 5 shelves? Well, one thing that I notice, if I take 5, well, I can round this up. Let's round this up. Okay, if I round this up to the nearest whole number, it's going to be 2. And then I can round this to the nearest whole number, and then I need to decide if he has enough to make each shelf. Then you'll write down the answer. After school, Philippe spent 1 3/4 hours at baseball practice, 2 1/4 hours on homework, and 1/4 hour getting ready for bed. Which is the most reasonable estimate for how long he spent on his activities? 3 hours, 4 hours, or 5 hours? Okay, we can round to the nearest whole number. That would be 2. That would be 2. That'd be almost like 0. Or another thing I notice, I can take 3/4 and 1/4, and that'd be 4/4. That'd be a whole right there. If I take those two and those two, that'd be another whole. Okay, so you'll decide, add those up and decide if it's 3 hours, 4 hours, or 5 hours, and then explain why. Kamain and a friend picked apples. Kamain picked 4 2/3 pounds, and his friend picked 5 5/6 pounds. Which is the most reasonable estimate for how many pounds they picked all together? I need to round to the nearest whole number since these answers are in whole numbers, 9 pounds, 11 pounds, or 12 pounds. Round to the nearest whole number, and then choose which one is correct. Thanks for watching this homework helper video. If you have questions, feel free to ask me tomorrow at school.